Fern is not amused. Stark woke up suddenly feeling colder than usual. A part of his blanket had fallen off, forcing him to quickly pick it up and wrap himself in it before the cold wind could assault him. As he was about to fall asleep, he heard someone shivering. His eyes scanned the room, looking for the source of the noise until they settled on Fern, who was supposed to be sharing a blanket with Frieren. But apparently, Frieren had stolen the entire blanket for herself, leaving Fern with nothing to keep her warm. Debating for a second, he took off his blanket and placed it over the Fern. He watched as she happily made herself cozy in his blanket. I guess I'll have to get through the night somehow, he thought as he settled down in a corner and tried to sleep once again. A few hours later he suddenly felt something warm wrap around him, furthermore he felt something soft pressing down his right shoulder. Confused, he opened his eyes sleepily, only to be greeted with purple hair. Not understanding the situation, he decided that this was all a dream and went to sleep. Frieren woke with a sight she didn't think would ever see in her lifetime. Stark and Fern were huddled together in a blanket sleeping soundly. As she continued watching, a sudden stroke of inspiration hit her. She quickly rummaged through her suitcase searching for a certain spell. 1 hour later, she was chanting the spell and suddenly a paper with a colourful picture appeared before her. She took the paper and admired the work of the spell before quickly hiding it in her suitcase. Stark woke up just before noon. His blanket felt a bit too hot and for some reason there was some sweet scent lingering on it. He slowly got up and stretched his body before getting himself cleaned up. He went outside where he saw Fern and Frieren standing in the distance. Focusing his eyes, he could make out that they were arguing about something. "Hey guys, what's for lunch?" he shouted as he started making his way towards them. Their reaction took him by surprise. Frieren looked at him and started grinning. Fern on the other hand refused to make eye contact. Before he could move more than a few steps, Frieren came up to him running. "I have something to show you," she smirked, as she beckoned him to follow her back in the house. Stark followed her into the room and patiently waited as Frieren started going through her stuff. Suddenly she stopped searching and took out a paper from her bag. Still grinning, she handed over the paper to Stark. "This a gift from me. Just keep it a secret from Fern," she said to him as he opened the paper. Stark's face went deep red as he saw himself and Fern sleeping with a blanket. He would definitely not show this to Fern.